Alright, let's first, discharge the mirror team, as mentioned, at Babel Tower.
Should you be saying discharge when such a phallic-looking ship looks like it's piercing the Babel Towers' hole there?
There are no holes.
On the contrary, Tio, where our group is about to enter through that very hole that they're flying
It was a door, like, the tower is metal and rusty, sure, but it didn't have any particular holes.
You know, to keep this from getting uber dirty, I'm not going to elaborate further.
Sure.
You started it, but whatever.
Doc, what should we do?
There's a limit, Shiroi.
Have a look.
That is a reflection mirror, as opposed to a non-reflection mirror. The fourth Jasper beam will be reflected off that and destroy the gate.
Seriously, why did they have to abbreviate Ford of all words?
No idea.
Yeah. Let us hurry to the control room while our pursuers are still gone. Richard, I get the feeling Richard got to a point where he stopped understanding what words to abbreviate and which ones not to abbreviate.
Or he got fed up of
He did this alone. He's doing his best.
Alright, while our characters will need to find the computer room, now it will be time instead to discharge the gun team. Again,
I'm doing the best. Sorry.
Again, sorry, go.
Well then,
I'm doing the best I can. What do you want from me, damn it?
Richard, you missed out on apostrophe. Do the whole thing again.
Again, this party is scripted in this case, so again, Billy will have to fire the gun while Bart and Choo Choo will have to defend him.
We're doomed.
Okay, then.
Go ahead, Pedro.
No, it's just that. Let me put it this way. I feel like what I should have done is don't abbreviate. You can abbreviate Fatima, but don't abbreviate Fort. There's no. I mean, it's not that much. You don't really. You don't really spare too much space when you do that.
Again, when we see the words FT, that usually means, well, that's usually an abbreviation for like feet, in like the terms of the measurement, essentially. And it's weird because they leave longer words non-abbreviated, so why is Ford abbreviated? It's confusing.
I will control the mirror. You hold off the enemy. Finally, all those years of playing Zelda will pay off.
It's going to be okay, Doc.
We must do it. Oh,
that
come
doesn't
on,
answer his question.
Come! I am counting. Oh, come on, Faye. When have I ever failed you?
Do we need to bring
When
up
do you
a
ever
list?
show up?
Alright, let's do it.
And again, T10, that didn't answer his question.
You know, Ellie, maybe we should just lock the door.
T10, don't walk on top of the computer monitor.
That's rude.
Yeah, but what if you press that big glowing red button over there?
It does feel weird, admittedly, again. Why the computers are, basically upside down.
Yeah, you stood on it.
You stood on the button, you moron.
Look, I didn't this thing, okay? I'm trying my best with what I've got. Like, I didn't build these computers. Why are you complaining to me?
Are we sure you didn't build these computers? You were the one who built that stupid gun that has to have the driver drive the bullet out. How do we know you didn't build these as well with your kooky designs?
Anyway...
everything that goes wrong in this world is my fault. Jesus.
Anyway,
you
thankfully...
said it, not me.
And, like clockwork, you're Dominia. Wait... You suppose they figured out our plan?
Maybe if you speak it out loud, they may, genius. Of course. The ancient mobile gun platform floating above Ignis.
Because you
and
just
this
told me,
reflector
Foxboy.
here at Babel Tower. I know of your plan to use them together to destroy the gate generator below the Ethos' headquarters. You just told me, Faye boy. But of course, I won't let you do it.
Tio's first mistake was showing this to a bunch of Sonic fans.
You need to be more flexible.
Actually, that was Pedro.
Here I come!
basically, your first fight again is against Dominion Kelvena over Gears. Dominion is using a Blade Gash, but Kelvena is instead using her Shark, floating gear. But trust me, with Emily and her arrow strategy, once again, this fight is over before it even starts.
Kelvena, not for nothing, but shouldn't you have switched to a land gear instead of using your sea gear again?
Like I just said, ended before it started.
That didn't go all the well for them.
And yeah, we even get some nice things from the boss fights, so that's nice. Well, that clearly means that the other two elements are heading to the other direction, so here's hoping that Bart and Choo-Choo are able to defend.
Dropping down.
And Choo-Choo just, floats like that, bonks. The other gears can actually float. What Choo-Choo's excuse?
She is partially made out of parachute material.
Sure, let's go with that.
Let us begin our preparations.
To rid the world from devastation.
Unite your evils to rid our nation.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be the good guys?
Yeah, it's fun.
Alright. Let's load the bullets. That's what the other angers were for.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, why is Choo-Choo there on the post
Don't you
station?
know, Choo-Choo is secretly a computers major from college.
Of course.
There's an image on the radar.
Well, what is it?
Can't be anything good for us.
We're loading it, yeah.
We're loading it. Just wait for a bit.
Okay, I can see someone a bit put off with Choo-Choo because his design just clashes with everything else.
Oh, look, it's the other two. Go ahead, Shiro.
Talon! Oh, there you are.
Lives?
Alright, already. So you were serious? You really gonna reflect a big laser off a mirror? Pretty stupid.
I mean, duh.
Inverted pull-ups are really tough. I've said this already.
I never asked you that.
Wait. What does that have to do with anything, Serafina?
But I can do 300 pull-ups.
That's not my question.
Under normal circumstances, that will be hot, but this is irrelevant.
Meanwhile, Talon is going. Am I even in the room right now?
Angling it for the drop ratio. What are you even talking about?
The drop ratio
in the atmosphere will be. Yeah, but one's talking about push-ups, the other one's doing
Remember,
drop ratio.
Talon is partially cyborg, so she's actually calculating what they're planning to do by shooting. So she's basically ignoring what Serapita is saying.
Here they come. Ugh, we're so close to launching.
Don't jinx it, jackass.
I'm going out to return fire. Billy, you gonna be okay? I have to do it. Try to get a shot off while we hold them back. Good luck. Let
No
me
pressure.
handle it. No pressure. Just give us some time to get outside.
Yeah.
Next time.
There we go.
And you literally have to fight on top of the Fort Jasper.
Boo! I can't believe you'd even think of such a stupid plan.
Who'd have thought?
These are your main heroes. I
Hey,
fear for you.
never know until you try. And if our stupid plan works, then it's kind of your stupidity that failed to stop us.
Keep talking while you can. Dominion and Calvina should have taken over Babel Tower by now.
About that, Talon.
You get out of here now.
Good.
These two are the random twosome I see.
Good job. Thanks for your contribution, Serafina.
All right, let's beat them up.
Okay, since we sadly don't have any disposal here, the fight is actually a bit more, a bit more challenging. Like I said in the when she debuted against Axen, Choo is a bit unconventional as a fighter. She doesn't have Devil skills, unfortunately. But she compensates that by bringing some of her ether powers, which do not change when she's actually giant size, which means she actually has an eating move that works on gears. Choo is the only character who, outside of if you equip a frame accessory, can actually heal gears in combat just by the will sheer of magic. That's
Of course.
both impressive and scary at the same time.
So I see how each of the elementals' gears matches them by choosing an animal,
Yes,
except for Dominia, who I
Yes,
believe is the fire one. Oh wait, no, she's
No,
the
Serafita is the fire one.
Dominia's the earth one, I believe.
Yes.
So
Tolone is the wind one, and Kelvin is the water one. As you can see, the others are basically Zords.
yeah, I know. I was about to say it's it's Zoids.
For the record, the gear of Kelvin is called Marine Basher. The one of Tolone is Sky Keen, I think that's the term. While the one of Seraphi is called Grand Growl.
Who else has seen Zoids anyway? Love that show.
Sorry?
Have you also seen Zoids?
I've seen a couple of episodes because it was broadcasting in a time that I was actually catching up, but sadly not sufficiently for actually, paying enough attention or actually even to watch it entirely. In this fight, the one you really had to worry about is Skyjin, the Tolone's gear. Seraphita is still, a mild threat, but out of the two, Tolone is the one that can be, the most damaging. And unfortunately, I did forget to actually, tune up a bit, Bard's Omni gear, which at this point you could have one or two accessories. Choo is still dependent on the equipment she has, while, in normal size, so you don't have to worry about her as a result. And again, she can still deal decent amount of damage in a pinch, but she's mostly also for a support role. Again, she's mostly supposed to be the joke character, but she still works in the end overall, while instead Maria works just for the gear fights thanks to Sizen, while instead on the ground she's borderline a joke.
Again, like I said, ironically, Maria is more the joke character than the actual comic relief character. Like, that is kind of sad for her stat-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it doesn't help that with how her plotline plays out, it feels more like a parody of a tragic backstory in a JRPG than an actual fully fleshed out one, because it is literally solved in the span of, like, less than an hour of gameplay, almost.
Yeah. Like I said, with just a bit of retinkering, the role could have been assigned instead to Margie, giving her a proper gear and everything. Again, it wouldn't work out because it was about a character that was existing already, and it would have accounted for foreshadowing before. And
I do feel like this game's problem is sort of like, okay, it's a bigger version of Legend of Mana's problem, in that this game cannot seem to always decide what it wants to properly focus on and what, it could throw away. Now, I'll give Legend of Mana credit. It's partially kind of the idea with that game, because the idea with that game is more like, a lot of these random side quests
choose your
and adventures
adventure,
here and there.
yeah.
It's not perfect, but I do get why it was done that way, and I'm more okay with it there. I mean, I guess the only thing I would really change is, again, the Jumi story arc should have been the main story arc as opposed to...
Which is apparently what's going to be the focus of the anime, so there is that.
Yeah. This game, on the other hand, though, this feels like, the problem is like, this feels like Legend of Mana's problem, except this is in a much more traditional JRPG. Like, there should just be one major story that we're following, but it feels like they really wanted to include everything they could, no matter how much it might hurt the narrative, or these things they were adding in.
It's also this job. Two things. One, again, it tries to be an epic in scope with the idea that there is still an underlying story, that gets formed the more you go on. Actually, relatively early on, it already started to focus, defeating Solaris. It's just a matter of how we get there and what the other ramifications of that are. And it cannot be just a simple process as shown, because there were different factions and players, at hand.
Of course.
But in doing so, you have each character that has to come up. It's a thought process similar to what Stephen King used to create the story of The Stand. In his own words, he wanted to create the equivalent. Not even kidding. In his own words, he wanted to create the equivalent of the Lord of the Rings, but in rural United States America. So something similar to that kind of thought process, instead with more of a sci-fi kind of theme. And by the end of the game, while not everything will be explained, I can assure you that at least the more important questions will be answered on that front. The problem will be is just that, again, in the process, some of the characters do suffer because they had some stuff cut. But I can reprise these later,
Now,
because
Billy,
trust me, we're not done.
What, you mean in regards to this, or how much more stuff we're going to stuff into the plot?
Yes.
Fire! Now get
Alright,
ready,
let's see.
Incarnation! Here comes the fire!
Fuck, I hit the city by mistake. Sorry.
Oopsie poops.
We can do it over, right? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, the
Technically.
cameras are still
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah, no one will miss that city anyway.
And then it
You certainly
destroys
didn't
the
miss it.
Northern Crater's barrier. Oh, wait. And it missed. God damn it.
Ha! It actually did miss.
When it fired and it missed. And
then I missed.
Can I try again?
It's like phew, that was close. It's like that thing in Double Track that barely missed the Big Ben. We did not get a direct hit. Billy, we cannot hold out much longer. If you
But
miss
I
this
will never
one,
let it go.
it is over. Aim well.
I don't think he can
or
hear you,
aim at
Cheetan.
all.
You managed to make it so easy, Cheetan. You're just sitting your ass in a control room, bleeping and blooping some buttons.
I'm walking on them.
I'll let you off easy this time. Next time is for real. Oh my god, this really is Sonic Adventure 2.
Damn, we blew it.
Look, I'm the guy in the chair, okay? Every operation needs a guy in the chair operating the computer.
But yes,
Wait.
you know what this means? Round 2 with both fights.
Wait. We'll let you off and,
Yeah, we'll let you off, but with some injuries.
And just like before, Blade Gash and Marine Basher are just a joke with Ellie in your team. So, yeah, next fight, please.
See, we're letting you off.
So yeah, again, much like before, the real challenging fight will still be the one that Bart and Choo Choo will have to do. Alright, here's hoping Billy can do it this time.
Missed. Ugh.
the war is only the
Calm
fate of the
down
planet.
and aim.
Yeah, back. Rule number 96, Billy. Aim.
You know,
Yeah.
it sure would help if we had a bit more, orientation for this
But yeah,
thing.
let me continue. Again, the major problem comes from the fact that having these many characters and, when as the game scope went on and the budget and time dwindled instead, sacrifices had to be made. Because again, it's not really a matter of writing incompetence. It was literally just a matter of we couldn't really put this in the game.
Let me put it like
Simple
this.
as that.
I don't feel like the incompetence came with the writing it base. I feel like the incompetence came with, again, separating the wheat from the chaff, essentially. Deciding what could fit together in a coherent narrative, and also how they arrange some of these narratives to be included in here. Like, for example...
Sorry,
what's so funny, Pedro?
No, it just reminded me of something, but I'll say it after you're done.
Let me compare this to Project Crosstone 2, which is arguably the most evolved version of this format, essentially. That one has a butt-ton of characters and franchises here and there. Now, let's ignore the fact that maybe that one had a higher budget behind it. Like, let's just look at how they arranged what they had here and there. Now, granted, it did help that a lot of the characters were essentially working towards the same goal. And more often than not, you would have villains here and there. Mind you, there were different factions as well. What helps is that, essentially, they knew to keep the overall focus the same, while also making sure that, stuff that was put in, like incredibly awesome parts where there is literally a trio where Phoenix is the defense.
Which is over before it starts.
Well, Phoenix was just that good a lawyer. Regardless, though, the point of the matter is this. They knew what to stay focused on and how to make it so that certain things would not drag on so much, but how they could also, contribute towards the narrative here. The problem with this game is that some of these plot points, even though they do get resolved, do not feel like they contribute to the narrative, to the point where they feel like stuff that should have just been side quest as opposed to part of the main quest.
Oh, on that, I can assure you, Jova, by the end, everything ties in actually nicely. Everything had a purpose.
Even
Trust
the
me
whole
on
thing
that.
with Maria's father.
In a way, yes, because it's still part of Solaris and everything, and she is connected to one of the three sages of Shevat, so...
Fair
there's
enough. Although then we do go back to the issue me and Shuri did mention about how this game really likes to take its time in explaining the point of things. And mind you, that's not always a bad thing. But it does feel like sometimes the plot is spinning its wheels. Maybe it's not in the long run, but the game does like to leave us thinking that for quite a bit of time.
And trust me, Jova, if you're already that kind of, not unsettled, but, not really enjoying the game in this kind of state, wait until we get to these two, trust me.
Okay. Now let me put it like this. It's tough to place my thoughts on it. Like, as we mentioned in the last part, there is still a lot of stuff to enjoy in this game. Intentional or otherwise, especially with Cheetan, especially. So it's not like it's a bad thing. Again, it's kind of like with Legend of Mana. There is definitely stuff to enjoy. It's just a matter of how everything mixes well. Like, if a player is not the most patient, or if, again, they feel like the plot is just spinning its wheels, I can't blame them for putting the game down. That said, me, myself, I would say that at this point, I'd still be enjoying it enough that I want to see where things go here. Like, it's not a terrible game or narrative that actively feels like it's fighting me at every turn. It's more like a case where, for the most part, you enjoy it. It's just that makes the parts that are, very sluggish or just feel pointless, it makes them feel all the more sad and hurtful because otherwise...
Alright, round two with the firing.
And go!
Let's see.
Now they hit the town.
Unless they do 3 times the
You
charm.
really are upset.
No, now they hit the city.
There's taste.
Taste.
They taste
You
delicious.
two are not the evil twins.
Peter, just calm down, honey. Don't bother.
Told you to shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
These are
Taste.
our great adversaries.
What does that even mean? Why are you saying that?
I don't know. Ask her.
Not for nothing, girls. You're making Choo Choo seem serious by comparison.
And in the words of Accent, it's astronomically unintellectual.
The
All
race
right.
also apparently
Hey,
has
it
fluffy
worked!
orgies according to
Cheetah
this game.
deviated the mirror when it missed the target, technically. Thankfully, it was still the general direction, which means they managed by approximation to actually hit it.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Thanks,
Hey,
But
Cheetah.
just to let you know, in this case, it was Cheetah's fault.
And there we go! Add another one to the list.
I forgot.
Billy, you did it. The plan succeeded.
No
And
thanks
just
to
like
you!
the mirror, and just like the mirror, Cheetah deflects.
One of these days, G10, we're going to have a word about responsibility.
So help me God, thanks to the moon, Cheetah. Great! Somehow it worked.
How do you know? You can't even see it.
It's the projectile, hearing and everything.
Damn, too late.
What should we do, Dominia?
Well, we'll continue this later. Let's go, Kelvana.
I'll catch you next time, Faye. Next time. Ellie, I didn't want to be your enemy, but I guess I will. But since our motives are different, I guess there was no choice.
No duh.
We'll meet again and settle things at that time.
Oh, but we're having so much fun slaughtering you.
You were all the second lamest henchman I've ever seen. Next to
So,
the one for
guys.
the reason my hair I got
Oh.
Emmy in.
So, guys, celebration party?
Cheetan!
So, there's only one gate left in the surface.
The problem is its location.
But Queen Zephyr said that there are 3 on Earth and 1 in Solaris. According to Shakan's report, each
Report,
gate
okay.
is placed in a triangle around Solaris.
Let us look at the map given by the Queen,
Okay?
which describes the area before the gates were placed. Check out the enclosed map.
Basically. There you go.
This is how the land actually looks like on the other side of the invisible barrier. The gates should be set up somewhere here on this map. First, the Ignis gate is here, where the blue
Mhm.
dot is.
The one that Shakan controlled.
This blue dot here is the Ethos headquarters in Aquivae, in here.
Well, logically thinking the next place could be here or here. One of the two.
So what,
Hmm.
split up?
North or south, huh? Well, at least we have even chances of guessing which.
So which of the two actually?
What if we try both ways? Isn't that all it takes?
We don't really have. That will be difficult. I'd only expected a second gate to be destroyed. So I'm sure it'll be serious next time. Better plan carefully, but quickly.
Why don't we just
And
split
not
up?
bring Choo Choo.
In any case, we will not be able to avoid Gabler's interference.
I don't know, Shiroi. Choo-Choo was actually more
No,
helpful than Cheeton
Ellie,
that time.
Where exactly is Solaris located?
There's only a map of Solaris in Solaris.
Well, that's
Thank you.
inconvenient.
I didn't even know the area of this land until I arrived here.
I mean, it's still a step up from even Gavin. Still a step up from Eternal Sonata, where there was no map at all.
That was weird.
The relations with Earth are only revealed to commanders.
Hey guys, turns out
convenient.
Go on.
If that's the case, even Billy's father may not know it.
And he's probably plastered in the other room. Desire left here in the middle of it.
David and I were smugglers and did not have the time to look out the
What's
window.
with that, post cheetah?
Come
On
on!
top of that, we're going for the Solaris. We transfer to other places by using the environmental plane between each gate. Remember when we made contact with the Kislev gate and the Goliath?
Sheetan is certainly an
Cheetah.
individual.
Yes.
Shut up! Shut up! You guys know. You guys know. You guys love me and you know it. The same thing happens and we lose all sense of where we were before.
Even if the gate divides the other space, can't you recognize its topography?
You see, my trollish nature is my entire charm.
Like mountains, jungles, and so on.
I don't think there were mountains.
There were Alps instead.
Alps are mountains, Pedro.
Ice cream.
I know it's synonymous. Okay. Oh.
More like we were surrounded by the ocean.
Ocean,
Wow.
mountains, easy.
More
to
like a
mix up.
proper name, kind of like the Balkans.
Oh,
See, the thing
shit.
is, I'll explain.
Then it can't be the north. This is the pole. It's all covered with snow, and Santa lives there.
Then it's settled. The location of the gate is south of here.
Santa.
The center of the triangle is only the ocean. If the gates are placed in the highest point in the north, the center will be the continent. Hence, it coincides with Ellie's story.
You may be right.
Wait a minute, there shouldn't be any facility over the ocean.
Then underwater?
Oh great, need to dive again.
Fun.
But the whole air around here is deep. If it exists, it must be deep down.
Now, if only we had a submarine. Oh, wait.
The Yggdrasil is a submarine, right? Then what's the problem?
Exactly.
Problem.
You're crazy. It is a submarine, but not a bathyscape.
No face poser.
It isn't
Yeah.
made for deep
Hey,
sea
come on.
exploration. The water pressure would crush us instantaneously.
Everyone is fond of poses these days.
If they turn to
We
the
have a
audience and be like,
problem.
"So, player, do you know what it is?"
This is quite a pickle.
We may be able to use the bathyscapes or gears used by the salvagers.
Yeah, that is one good shot.
Salvager. Right, that's it.
Huh?
The captain of the Thames must have tons of them.
Of
Moses from last time. Let's go to the Thames.
It may be our best choice for now. Shall we go to the Thames?
Yes, Cheetah, we shall.
But,
You didn't let anyone answer, by the
but
way.
before that, one more talking with the vague Council of Ominousness, this time talking to Krelian. Lives.
So there's one surface gate left.
They couldn't defend it. Jova.
What is the purpose of his existence?
Lives again.
Once trash, always trash. How much can one really expect?
However, it must all be alive before the animal's data is retrieved.
You
are
right. Oh, sorry.
There's a higher probability of not getting the proper type.
As
Brother.
if it was in the past.
Can't allow the lambs to go free yet.
What do you guys even do?
Go ahead, Pedro.
Who cares about the gate anyways?
Okay, Liquid has entered the room again.
Krelian.
This can't be. The panic has spread to Etradank.
Those fools we call citizens are easily manipulated by the Emperor's words alone.
I like your Sailor Senshi tiara.
Yes.
It really is one.
be receptive?
This
Jova.
body's
Body's already at a limit. He can't hold out much more.
As usual, a clone may be used.
Oh.
Those fools won't know the difference. And even if the barrier fails, it still will not be like the disaster before. Anyhow, if I recall, there's some very intriguing data on that memory. I forgot about the liquid snow.
Oh, great. We're using the save points to their advantage. And what is that?
Mother.
Lives?
the mother?
Mother Hubber!
Indeed, Snake. Oh, wait. It is probable that the mother exists among the lambs.
Wait, I didn't know Big Mama was involved.
Are you telling us our mother is somewhere else? Why didn't we notice that sooner?
So this is all just a bunch of whiny kids looking for their mommy.
Hold
okay.
on.
Her persona only appears after she reaches a certain age. There is also a high probability that she transmigrated into the empty type.
I know there's a lot of particular terms used, but trust me, those are important. Jova.
The anti-type, that woman from Nissan?
Here, I would like to use that nanotechnology product. Esmeralda.
Hey, I remember
No.
her.
So let me get
Thanks.
this
What you retrieved from the Thames? Why?
to be sure. As Mother says, that nanomachine colony, that artificial organism was a creation between the contact and the antitype 4,000 years ago.
Mother
machine,
knows
son.
best.
Your mother's memory.
Yes, that is it. We can probably attain some kind of reaction. But even if we obtain no reaction, and if Emerald is destroyed, I've already gathered all the data I need. Any loss of it will have no consequence to the plan.
So you know what that means? Everything is going according to plan.
Of course it
Oh,
is.
well.
Of course.
But yeah, go on, Pedro.
No, I find it interesting how you told me to give him the liquid snake voice, and he's talking about nanotechnology.
There's another reason for that, but we have to wait to the very end.
Yeah.
Of the
So join us.
Hold on, please.
I actually had something to say. No, see, to explain something to both Theo and Jova. See, something to over here in Portugal, we have a comedy routine which basically translates out to stupidity involving synonyms. Where it's basically a two-person routine where one goes, "Oh, I have made the discovery." You mean you found something? Oh, okay. No, I actually did make the discovery instead of finding something. Basically, something along those lines. Basically, where the characters just keep, "Oh no, I actually made this thing that it actually is that same thing as the other." As for you, Jova, no, the thing is, your comment about the whole, separating the wheat from the chaff that you made earlier. I was just laughing because it reminded me of a funny. That's a line that Portuguese Vegeta uses when he's describing to Goku the process they use of sending Saiyan babies. Where we have to, the elite ones stay here. The runts gets into to planets that are weak as hell because we have to separate the wheat from the chaff. So it's one of the more iconic original lines of the Portuguese dub, basically. Go on, please.
All right. So join us next time for the next episode of how we found our mother.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, this is Advent Children's precursor. Of course, that makes sense.
Of course. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.